Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and things are truly getting down to the wire. Today is November 3rd, and we are but 5 days away from the big election. Things are heating up, folks. Yesterday, I put out a report saying how the FBI has turned on Hillary Clinton, or they're being forced to turn on Hillary Clinton, or there's people within the organization who are turning on her. And not only that, but Huma Abedin as well is finally giving in to the FBI's ploys and going to be discussing stuff on the Clinton files and the Clinton corruptions. Then yesterday, what also came out is Steve Patchen. If you don't know who he is, and I'm just going to read it straight here. He is an American psychiatrist, former U.S. State's Department of State official, author, and obviously a publisher as well. And he was a hostage negotiator. Nonetheless, he hasn't been on camera in decades, and he came out just yesterday, and I think he even put one out the day before, saying that there is a silent coup that Hillary Clinton organization has initiated within her public office there. And in response to that, they have initiated their own coup, all in an InfoWar coup, not a fighting with violence coup. And this is according to Steve Patchen. I will leave the video, and I also left the video yesterday on my last YouTube, so check it out if you have not seen it. And he put out another one either late last night or earlier this morning. But nonetheless, what he said is they issued a counter-information coup, kind of a soft coup, where they're leaking information online, and that it was U.S. intelligence who leaked the information to Julian Assange, WikiLeaks, to initiate this soft coup in response to the counter coup against Hillary's coup. Crazy days to be alive. But here's one thing that I said from the get-go. If you have been watching my videos here, I have said numerous times, Russia did not send the information. They didn't hack the emails. It wasn't Russia. I've said that, I don't know, 4 or 5 different times, and now we have that proven with information. Despite the fact that Hillary wants to continue to blame the Russians, it wasn't the Russians. Steve Patchen has come out and said it is U.S. intelligence who is fed up with corruption here in America. I was right. I also said in a video about a week ago that things are about to get wild, and here we are. You know, the next 2 weeks are going to get big. Something major is going to happen, and that's exactly what we're witnessing, folks. Look, we are on a time in history like none other. I think you are making history, I'm making history, and we're winning the information war here. We're setting, and look, we're sick and tired of corruption happening. That's why social media was birthed, because mainstream media ain't cutting it. They ain't doing their jobs. And as I showed yesterday from WikiLeaks, please go back and look at that. I proved it in yesterday's video where I showed MSNBC, ABC, CNN, New York Times, Politico, all of these groups working as co-conspirators with the Clinton foundations, having off the record luncheons with the Clintons in order to talk about what needs to be discussed for the election. Now, all this came out in the email hacks. Not only that, but you know, the other day, Steve Patchen also came out yesterday or early this morning again, but he came out and stated that they're involved, that the Clintons are also involved in pedophile ring. We know that Bill Clinton has gone with Jeffrey Epstein to his porno island there numerous times. Well, they say they even have evidence on that, and it's likely she might even be, well, in a whole lot of trouble, not just for her corruption, but also for her pedophilia involvement. We are on the cusp of something big. We are living history. You're living it. I'm living it. We want to make sure we're making our voices heard right now, that we can stand up to our children and say, look, I lived in 2016 when all this was going on. I saw it. I heard it on the media. And you know what? A lot of times when things are happening in history, we don't realize how big it is. Folks, this is huge. Very, very huge. And we're making history here. And I can't help but think maybe This is why Donald Trump came into office to begin with. Maybe he knew about some of the stuff. Maybe they needed the face of America to rise up so America would be open and ready. Maybe that's why he came into office. I don't know. Maybe because they knew he was a freedom fighter, someone who would stand against corruption, someone who knew his stuff and knew exactly what was really going on in this country. Was it timed perfectly just for such a time as this? Well, I guess we'll never know for sure. But nonetheless, I do know I'm sick and tired of the corruption that's happening with the Clinton Foundation, with the Bushes, and with Obama. And Obama's even getting away from Hillary Clinton now. He's distancing himself simply because he knows she's going under for lots of criminal activity. People are standing against it. People are starting to stand against people like Loretta Lynch, George Soros, Hillary Clinton. And look, folks, social media isn't going to silence themselves. Now, if Hillary does get in office, which would only be through thievery, I'm sorry, but there's just not enough people who are going to vote for her, especially after everything that's come out. But if she does steal her way into office, because that's all she's got left, folks, is the only thing that's going to save her at this time is if she gets in office. Well, I know Donald Trump is going to fight that. We know it, and he rightfully should, because it's already came out that she is cheating on many, many levels. Project Veritas has proven that as well. So lots of things and lots of corruption is underway, but there's lots of people fighting back against this corruption. But again, if she gets into office, then we're looking at some serious problems here. I do think that we could see her targeting opposition to the brink. We could see her arresting people on social media. She'll definitely go after Steve Patchen, I'm sure. Maybe Project Veritas and many others, anyone who stood in her way. So now is the time to choose America. Do we want to keep that freedom and continue to share the information war? Or do we want to bow down to crony corruption and continue to let it slap us in the face? How do you make your voices heard? Go to the ballot box, vote. If you see voter fraud, film it, get it on record. Let somebody know about it. Wear red on election day so everyone knows, look, you're going for Donald Trump, and if there's a sea of red out there, they can't do anything about it. They can't stop that from taking place. Obviously, no violence or anything. No one's calling for violence. I don't think that should even be called for. There's none of that. And I'm not calling for any of that, by the way. I never, ever would. There is good in our government and there is corruption in our government. And I believe what Steve Patchen is doing by releasing these videos is attempting to legally get rid of the corruption that is in power. They are doing things illegally. They are breaking the law. If you break the law, you go to jail. If I break the law, I go to jail. If Hillary Clinton breaks the dang law, she needs to go to jail, along with all the other people in her circle who are breaking the law. And now there's rumors of pedophilia. We already know she's rumored lesbian with multiple women. I believe Huma Abedin was one of those. Again, it's a rumor, but nonetheless, that's where we sit. So anyhow, get ready, folks, because we're in for a wild ride this next week. So make sure you are prepared and ready to go. If you haven't checked out my sponsors here, look, they help fund what I do. I would not be able to get the news to you here on this channel if it wasn't for them. So check out foodforliberty.com/haven. Get your food storage and get prepared, get stocked. They're going to have an organic bucket. I thought they already had it, but they're going to have it any day now as well. Something that's different, not on the market normally. Also, please check out getthetea.com. He's got great tea that completely detoxes you and it helps fund what I do here. Also, I'm going to be at Deception in the Desert November 4th, 5th, and 6th. I'd love to see you guys there. We're going to be discussing all kinds of unique things that you don't normally hear at church or anywhere else, but lots of great stuff. So check out Deception in the Desert. I'll leave a link below and hopefully I'll get to meet you guys. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in and just real quick, I want to say stay strong in this time and keep your eyes out on this information war. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. This is Lisa Haven signing out.